What's up everybody, Pete with Auto Repair Tips. In this video I got a 07 Mustang 4.0. It was bought at the local auction by a used car lot up the street there. They got it back to the lot. By the time they got it back to the lot, the battery light popped on. So he sent it to the shop that was right beside him. They put 3 alternators on it. Every time they stuck an alternator on, that light popped back on again. They went through it and they couldn't find anything, so he gave me a call and said, would I take a look at it? I said, no problem, bring it on. So in this video, we're gonna see why that battery light's popping on. Let's get into it. So I was starting off by looking at it, kind of doing a visual. First thing I noticed was the used alternator on this thing. I gave the guy a call and I was like, did y'all put new and then went back with the original, or have y'all been putting just all used alternators on it? And he said, no, we just been throwing used alternators on it. Well, I mean, they're very good possibility. It could be 3 bad used alternators, highly unlikely, but there's always that possibility. So we're going to give it the benefit of the doubt. We're going to start off by saying this is a good alternator. Why is that light coming on? And kind of attack it that way. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a meter and hook it to the battery. I'm going to start the car up, and then we're going to get a reading to see exactly how many volts are going to that battery from that alternator. Let's go ahead and get the meter on here. Try and get it where you guys can see it pretty decent. Ground goes to the ground. Red goes to positive. Sorry about all the noise this morning, but we got a lot going on. I'll do my best to make it to talk between the noise. I'm gonna cut it on. I'm on. All right, so we're looking at 12.3 battery volts right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my Bluetooth on and we'll connect it to the phone. So when I'm inside the car, I can see what you're seeing at the same time, and we can kind of talk about it. So we got, each one is synced up at 12.3. So when I start this, if it's charging normal, it should be somewhere, you know, like 13.2 to 13.6. Let's see what happens here. All right, so we're looking good so far. Well, 14. So we're sitting at 14.3, 14.5, and it's constantly climbing. The battery light, it's not on yet inside the car. Still no battery light. And we're not getting anything. All right, battery light just popped on. And we're sitting at 14.5, and that's with no loads on. Tell you what, let me pull a schematic on the alternator, and let's just check out the wiring and see where each wire goes. It's got 4 wires, one directly to the battery. It's got a plug here with 3 wires on it. I'm sure one goes to the dash, one goes to the computer, and one is the voltage regulator. Let's pull it out and let's see which one the voltage regulator is, because it's a good possibility that's not working correctly. All right, let me go ahead and get a schematic on this thing real quick. Describe it. I hear you. All right, now we're gonna go back. It's an 07. 07 Ford Mustang. Shit. Mustang. 4.0. 2-door coupe. Automatic trans. The basic model of the basic model. Alternator. Let's see. ALT. Go down to wiring. Pretty basic. So we got coming out of this is your generator here, alternator. Got a red from the battery. We know that this wire from the alternator to the battery is good because the volts increased. Looks like an orange and light blue is pin number 1 goes over to the powertrain control module. Pin number 2 goes over to the powertrain control module. Those are the generator communication and generator monitor, it looks like. So let me see if I can get the link open here. Let me see what pin number 3 is. Let's go to the pin connector on it. Let's look at a component connector. Here's your pin 1, 2, and 3. All right, pin number 3 has voltage supplied at all times, and it overload protected. That's gonna be your voltage regulator. So let's go back over to the alternator. Let me unplug it. Let's check the wiring at the plug, make sure everything looks good there. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing unplugged. So right off the get-go, you can see that orange wire is broken. Look at it right there. I guess before I go any further, we need to put a plug on there. Probably should put a plug on there and then try it again. Might be just the only thing we have wrong with the car is a plug. That'd be kind of a lame video, wouldn't it? Let's cut it right here. Let me go ahead and get a pigtail order for this. Let's get it on there. Be back in a minute. Let me get it ordered. All right, part number, it's a Dorman 645136. And we need to get it back together. We should call this Noisy Monday, right? Whenever you're using heat shrink butt connectors, make sure you use this part right here. You don't want to use that part there because you'll pierce a hole and you're kind of defeating your purpose, you know? Whenever I do these, I kind of try to stagger them a little bit so they're not all side by side and making a big wad in your loom. Give them all a good little tug and we are good to go. So I don't think this really needs to be said, but make sure you line your plugs up and put them back the way they go. You don't want to mix all the wiring up. Probably wouldn't work 100% that way, you know? Let's get this one cut right here. The wire's a lot thinner than that other wire. And I think I just blew me a fuse. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change out butt connectors because the blue ones are way too big for those wires there. They're not gonna work correctly. And it's easy, you just kind of go opposite of what you just did. You push it this way and it opens it back up. You could feel it when it does it. I'm gonna go install the red ones on it. All right, take two. Don't go nowhere. Be right back. I think I blew a fuse when I was doing it because when I went through this, it feels like I saw a little spark. I mean, I think I saw a little spark. All right, 3 times the charm. I have no idea why this thing won't stay. Stayed that time though, good Lord. All right, so now we're going for the middle one. All right, the middle one should be right about here. Let's get it. What is going on with these little damn? These have got to be the worst connectors I've ever used. And I'll tell you what, my daughter's volleyball season is starting up again. We will be traveling our butts off, I know that. But I love watching her play volleyball. It's hard to believe she don't have but a couple more years of travel ball and she's done. Time flies, that's for sure. When you're doing these, kind of heat them up and you'll see the stuff start to ooze out a little bit. That's when you know you're good enough. You want to see it ooze out. All right, let me pop this cover off here because I'm pretty sure I saw a daggone arc when I was doing it. Don't ask me why, because using the tool like I was using, I shouldn't have pinched through the wire at all. And let's make sure I didn't blow that fuse. Let me look and see what number it is real quick. Looks like it's going to be fuse number 43. Come on down. So 43 is going to be 45, 44, 46, 47, 48, 43 is right here. It looks like it's going to be that one right here. And sure enough, I did blow it. Would not have thought that. Now let's get it plugged in. Turn this on. Let's go ahead and hit the Bluetooth. Let's get connected again. Connect. And 13.5, we are synced up. All right, here we go. 12.3, 13.4, 13.5. Now it's jumping right on that 14.4, 14.8. There are no loads on it. But there again, if the light don't come back on, I'm gonna let him know that the alternator is charging kind of high. And he may have an overrated alternator on there because they're just pulling them off any kind of junk car there is. We don't have a battery light as of yet. All right, let me take it for a drive and make sure it stays off. So test driving the Mustang, the battery light is still off. The only light on is the airbag still and the TPMS. Let's get this thing turned around, brought back to the shop. So this video is done. I apologize. I thought it was going to be a little bit more in depth. It just ended up being something silly, a little broken wire that I'm not sure why they didn't see for whatever reason. But we'll look at it as a lesson. Not everything you do in your car is going to be that involved. Sometimes when you go to start, before you start your project, look around, make sure it's nothing silly like we just found. All right, that's it for this video. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Catch you later.